everybody. Dr. Willie Jolley, and coming with my beautiful bride.
This is Dee.
This is Dee. Welcome. If you're first timers, we're the authors of. Slow down, Willie. We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. Now, let me give you a letter. I got to respond to a letter. Email. My wife said email. Don't say letter anymore. Email. info@williejolly.com. info@williejolly.com. Just send us if your concerns, your questions, your comments, whatever. This was a kind of comment, but it was a concern. It said, you and your wife seem like just perfect couple. Like y'all were meant to be together. What about the rest of us? Y'all are. No one else could do that. That's kind of like, that's not possible for anybody else.
Somebody sent that to me.
Yeah. Said it, and said, because my wife had been married before. Nice guy. Okay, nice guy. But it didn't work. And she felt, when I met her, that she would never get married again because she felt that she had failed in that marriage. And I convinced her otherwise. Not that she had failed, but that it was worth another shot. And so we got married, and that's almost 38 years ago. And I'm still, she turns me on. Oh my God.
Off topic.
When I think of you, I get off topic because I tell you.
And you're funny too.
And I love you. She turns me on. Okay, but I want to encourage someone else who says, well, y'all are just unusual. Y'all are outliers. Not so. It's about your faith, and it's about your positive attitude, and having that attitude all the time. Faith and positive attitude. Don't let it go, even when things are challenging. So, today...
You say positive, faith. I think you have to have appreciation.
Oh, but that comes after you to meet the person, okay? After you go,
so what are you talking about?
This is to get you to the point to find the person who you stayed positive, you had great faith, okay, and I appeared. Now, let me tell you another story.
I wasn't positive that
You're not like you are now. You weren't a positive thinker like you are now, but you were somewhat open. I mean,
I was open to dating. I was not open to getting married.
There you go. I had to sell you on that. Now, listen to this story. Yesterday was the birthday of our dear friend Charles, who is the husband of Teresa Royal Brown. Okay? So he was his birthday. Now he's been very ill. He had an intestinal infection, and he was very ill in the hospital for a number of weeks. He's doing much better. So I sent them a note on LinkedIn. Hey, happy birthday. Glad you're better. What a great love story. And then I thought about it. Others need to hear this love story because it's so amazing. She had been in a very tumultuous marriage. She got divorced in 2004. She too, like you, did not expect to marry again.
Was not looking.
She was going somewhere and got lost and made a wrong turn. And when she made the wrong turn, she ended up on St. Barnabas Road. Okay, St. Barnabas Road. Near Temple Hills in Temple Hills. And there was Arthur Treacher's restaurant there. Now, that was the only Arthur Treacher's in the whole DC area. And she said, I love their pies. So she stopped and said, I'm going in to get me a pie. She went into the restaurant. There was a guy sitting over there. And she asked the people at the front desk, at the counter, do you have any of those pies? They said, we have a couple left. She said, yeah. She started being so positive and bouncing around. Oh, yeah. And she said, I want one. So you have to wait till it's cooked. It's made to order. So this one little guy, while she was waiting, so she walked over and said, why are you here by yourself? He said, well, I was just coming from the gym and I came here to get something to eat, and I wanted to eat it while it was still hot. So I just sat down and, waited for it to be prepared, and I'm going to eat my dinner right here while it's hot. She said, oh, okay, well, have a good evening. And so she gets her pie when it's finally ready, and she says, she starts walking out. He said, ma'am, Miss Positive, Miss, don't you want to eat your pie while it's hot? She said, well, he said, why don't you join me for dinner and let's talk? Eat your pie. I'll eat my dinner. We just sit and talk. I'd like to have some company. She said it was like he was inviting her to a 5-star restaurant. And they sat down. And 3 hours later, they said, wow, what a great night. That was a little over 12 years ago. They've been married for 12 years. And they are bubbly with love and appreciation. There you go. Okay. They appreciate each other. And that God allowed them to meet by accident. No.
Okay. So we subtitled it, I love you, but I've outgrown you. Now what? This one says, we married while in undergrad school. He dropped out to work while I finished undergrad and had 2 babies. I went on to law school and now practice. I'm a trial attorney, long hours, but I love my career. My husband never returned to get his undergrad degree and is happy with his current job. I love him and am grateful for the sacrifices he made for me so that I could go to law school. But we have nothing to talk about now except the kids. He's a great dad. But the hardcore truth is, I think I've outgrown him. I'm not saying it to be cruel, but that's how I feel. We have a beautiful home. I make enough to support the whole family, and I feel guilty that he sacrificed so much for me, and now I'm out of love, or I think I am. What should I do now?
Okay.
I don't think it's all over because at least she wrote in to say, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And I feel guilty.
Yeah.
That I'm feeling that way. And she has appreciation for the sacrifices that he made so that she could continue her education. So she's in a career that brings her joy. And obviously he's doing something that brings him pleasure, even though it is not on the same plane as what she does. So,
okay, let me tell you what should I, first of all, you will almost never, ever, Teresa Carroyo Brown, CMP, thank you, Willie and Dee, for the shout out. Charles and I are turning in. We love y'all. We appreciate your hearts to serve. Y'all are great role models. Charles,
so good to see
good
you guys
to see
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and get some rest. He is recovering, so he needs to get rest. And I encourage you to turn in, get him rested up. But we're going to be seeing y'all soon at some party, and we're going to all dance together. All right? Love y'all. God bless you. All right. Now, let me tell you what I think about this letter. You will almost never, ever hear me recommend anyone to divorce. Right? Have you ever heard me recommend to anybody?
Well, we say if there's physical abuse.
Well, even if there's physical abuse, I don't say divorce. I say leave them. Leave them till they get help. They fix their issue, okay? But I never use the word divorce because I believe that marriage is forever. Okay, I just
So what does it have to do with this?
Now let's say it. I on this one, I don't think divorce is the answer. Let me start with that. I think the answer is a couple things. One, that you help him and encourage him to grow. See, you fell out of love because he fell out of ambition, or he didn't. Y'all not tracking the same. Okay.
You know what? Before I would say that, I would say, has there been a conversation? So how do you know he doesn't have ambition?
Let me finish.
He might be great at.
Let me finish. I'm gonna give a object lesson about what. Okay, so
You're so melodramatic.
So she was working for a congressman, and I was starting to change my thinking. I grew exponentially. I started reading Think and Grow Rich and The Magic of Thinking Big and Rich Dad, Poor Dad and The Greatest Salesman in the World. I'm reading all of these books, listening to all these audios. She's still working in a government job. Okay. Oh, there we go. He got the. I was giving you get.
No.
All right. So she was still working. So what I did was I got this audio. The Greatest Secret in the World? Is that The Greatest Secret in the World? Mm-hmm. And I said, I think that's what it was. But anyway, it was
it wasn't Earl Nightingale.
Earl Nightingale. And I said to her, this is something that I love, but I want your opinion. Just listen to it. I respect you. Let me know what you think. She played that thing on her way to work. I mean, and take William to school. We had a 45-minute ride to school. So she'd drive him to school, and then she'd pick him up at lunch and drive half the way home, and he'd stay at her office. So she played on the way to take him to school, on the way half, and then play. He even heard it every day, over and over, and she started changing, little by little. She started changing. Her consciousness.
Started changing how?
Your consciousness grew. Your consciousness, the possibilities grew, and you started reading positive books. And when you started reading, you were reading a book a month, then a book every 3 weeks, then a book every 2 weeks. Now she reads 2 books a week. 2 books a week. She's reading books all the time at night. She has grown exponentially. And she's gone from being somebody who was kicking and screaming to be an entrepreneur to running our company. The queen of entrepreneurs. So, what is an example of not giving up on your mate? There was something there that attracted you in the first place. You've just got to help them grow. And never go to them with my book or any other book and say, you need this. No, I heard this, or saw this guy, or lady, or man, or I heard about him. I read it. I thought it was good, but I want your opinion.
What if they're resistant?
If you say want their opinion, then you're not telling them they should do it. You're asking for their help, their advice.
And what if they're resistant?
Then you get in the car, you put that baby at 60 miles an hour, and you put the CD in. If there's still a CD player, or you find me on your digital,
your podcast,
or my podcast, or my XM show, and you play and say, I gotta hear this. Let them hear what you hear. Let them read what if they're not reading it, but play it in the house, play it in your family room.
I'm being realistic though.
Yeah.
All right, so
okay, and now if that doesn't work,
realistic.
If that doesn't work, then you got to have the
because
you have to have the four,
at least
you have to have the conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
At least I was going to say, at least intellectually, we were on the same. Because
we were intellectually
in the professions that we were in.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're on different planes in terms of the kinds of professions. So I don't know if this person is a reader or not. Might not. He appears to be enjoying his craft.
Yeah, you're so cute. You're just as cute as.
Let's pay attention, please.
I'm just.
So
I'm
what
distracted.
do you do when you
when is this thing over soon? Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you do when practical? When you're not on the same plane. Okay, so maybe he's not a reader.
That's possible. Then you got audio books. We got audio. All our books in audio.
Yes.
All right. We have recommended it for some people. Get it in audio. Get the marriage book in audio. And y'all listen together. Okay.
While you're riding.
You're riding.
You have people who do that.
Yeah. Or at home if you don't have a CD in the car. But find a way to make it happen. You got to go to Best Buy and get you a CD player to play it in the family room and say, I didn't want to do that this evening.
Okay, so something.
So that's
else.
why a conversation. You got to have the conversation. What else?
So how do you get on the same page? You just said.
You gotta have the conversation.
One example is information.
Yeah.
To help them grow.
Yep.
But this has been going on for I don't know how long.
So you go to now. I don't want to just say go to the book, but here's the book. Mm-hmm. Chapter 1: Friends First. How to befriend your spouse.
So they've grown apart and they're in different professions, and sometimes when you're in different professions, if you don't understand what the other person does or is not interested in what they do for a living, because it's like,
let me read this. Befriend, page number 19. Successful marriages are made of friendship plus physical attraction, but great marriages are more than good looks and good sex. If you are not married to someone who is a good friend, hopefully your best friend, then you need to start working on improving that friendship right now. You do that by befriending your spouse. We believe to befriend someone is to intentionally reach out and to work on becoming closer to that person with the goal of becoming good or better friends. Believe it or not, you can become great friends. This means you can develop a friendship with your spouse, even if you've had arguments and have lost some of your initial interest and some of your loving feeling. Despite all of that, you can still create a lasting friendship that will help improve your marriage. And we've seen it over and over again.
So if she is the one who is saying, I've lost that loving feeling and I feel bad about it, then she has to be proactive.
Both, they have to have that conversation.
Well,
my friend Basha Jordan, hold on, I gotta take a moment.
Because he might not know what she's feeling.
All right, my friend
might be very happy with everything the way it is. She's the one who's writing and saying,
all right, I got to stop for a second. My friend Dr. Basha Jordan Jr. just jumped in from Florida. Man, good. He said, good word. That's my man. He was my mentor, my buddy when I was in seminary, okay, at Wesley Seminary.
Hi there.
He's fantastic. He used to be in Baltimore. We went to his church one time, and I spoke. Anyway, let's see. Terrence said, all right, baby, go ahead. What were you saying?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he asked, she's like somebody else. She's cheating. She needs knee therapy. She needs to get on her knees. Conditioning. What a sad story. Is he still a friend? What is the marriage foundation, or do they have one? That's the question you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But see, it's one thing. She's writing because she feels guilty for what.
Yeah, she feels bad because he is a good husband. He's a good dad.
He's a good
dad. Does, and he put her through school.
Right.
And that's she's grown and she's done lost her love.
And she's looking at him differently.
Yeah.
So he might not be aware of that.
She got to tell him. Oh, they have to have a conversation. And then he might have his feelings. He might be in his feelings then. He might be in his feelings. Okay.
But I think it's how you have to have a conversation in such a way, I don't know the actual personality types, so that you can tiptoe around and not have him in his feelings.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, but you got to be honest. Let's have open and honest conversation without being hurtful.
Yeah.
Here's where we are. Here's where I am. Be friendly. Be frank about your feelings. I feel bad about the fact that I don't have the same feeling. Now, I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm saying it's not the same intensity. That's what that letter
Maybe that's what she's saying.
So be friendly. Be frank about your feelings, even if they are hurtful or painful, or you're being frank about how you're feeling. Be fair. Now that's the big thing.
Be fair. What does she want?
All right, be fair. What is his perspective? He might be saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We're really only hearing one side of the situation.
So he might say to her, well, you know what? I noticed that, or I hadn't noticed that, or whatever. But there'll be conversation. And then be focused, as we say on our TED Talk, with a win-win. We're in it to win it together. We're in it to win it together. Look, finding a good spouse.
He might be very satisfied with the way everything is until she awakens him.
He needs to be woke up, maybe. Now, the Bible says, I got to go to Bible in Proverbs, that when you find a good spouse, you get a good thing. and God adds favor to it. So she got a good spouse. It's a good thing. And he'll add favor. You just got to have good, open conversation. Again, communication is the main reason. If you don't talk about it, nobody knows. Then you make assumptions. Assume. You know what it means? Do you know what it means? You know what it means. Because she made an assumption yesterday.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about when I said so-and-so thought that I had told somebody else about her condition. And you said, you should not have done that. I said, see, you made the same assumption. I did not tell anybody about anything. My friend heard it from someone else. Assumption. Assume means you make an ass out of you and me. As is in the Bible. It's Bible! Lord. The Bible! King James, look for the word ass.
Calm down, sweetie. Calm down, sweetie.
You turned me on, you know that. Just rubbing my. We way over time. We over time, 2 minutes.
You're such a character.
Let's go through what our announcements are. Again, love to Charles and Teresa. Happy birthday, Charles. Second, love to Ben's Chili Bowl friends. I'm giving y'all a shout out. You know, I usually charge for this. That's right. I charge on my radio show for giving people shout outs, but I love y'all and I'm giving y'all one free. Third, our marriage repair series was something I recommend for anybody who has any issues in their marriage. It's really a great program, and it's much cheaper than a divorce lawyer. Come on.
Well, even before you get to divorce lawyer, therapy.
Therapy, it's cheaper. You just do it. Just go through it.
Okay.
And then go. Where do you get that? JolleyMarriage.com/events. JolleyMarriage.com/events. And then goaling. Tell them about goaling.
Okay. So goaling is preparing for the end of the year and into the year. Goaling, ing, means you're working at it.
Biking,
right?
Running, driving,
right? So it helps you mindset as well as setting the goal, why you should do it, and how to do it.
How to do it.
Yeah.
So go get that.
And that's winwithwillie.com/goaling.
And it's only $20. You can't beat that. It's $20.
And we're approaching
and hold up. And we've already had people who have gotten not just the goaling, they liked it so much, they said, we want the year program with you. And that's a powerful program. I want to thank all of those who are jumping on that. It's a powerful program. One friend of mine, I'll say it, James Proctor said, hey, I love you, Dr. Willie Jolley, you're my friend, but I want that woman to stay on my case to make sure I hit my goals because she don't play. I said, you're right about that. He knows I love him up. And hey, man, give him a hug. She said she's a taskmaster. She gonna make you.
But you know what? How come it doesn't work with you?
I have to maintain some.
You don't cooperate.
I have to maintain some manliness in my house because you know I'm whipped. You know I'm whipped. I'm whipped. Y'all know what it is. I'm whipped.
Stop it. And we're approaching the end of the year.
What's that song by Babyface about being whipped? There's something about being whipped. I can't think of it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a sexy song.
Yeah, he said, I'm whipped by that. Anyway. Okay. Our time is up. Look, go get. Look, Terrence said it. Let me go back to what Terrence said at the beginning about the book. I love that. He said, appreciate your mate.
Whip appeal.
Thank you, Sherry Elliott. She got whip appeal. I'm whipped. Whip appeal. Thank you, Uzama, Ra. Thank you, both of y'all. Whip appeal. Okay, Terrence said, appreciate your mate. Give thanks for your mate. Having problems? So you say, don't delay. Buy 2 books today for you and your mate. Get 2 copies or get the audio, and you can do it either way, or get the bundle. You get 2 books, the audio, and 2 workbooks. It's a great deal. It's $149. Look, we're trying to save 1 million marriages and enhance 1 million more, and we are getting results because people are saying, I was on my way to the divorce court. I was ready to give up, but you told me to do it. I tried it. It worked. Come on now. Our time is up. I love this one. We got things to do. Whip appeal. All right, I got to go. All right, sweetie pie. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
And this is Dee Taylor-Jolley. Thank you for joining us. May God bless you.
Love y'all. God bless. Good night.
Jolley out.
Jolley out. Oh, we got to go out with our music. Our music got to take us out. Here we go.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.